Every hour of this program is a double feature. Now, we once again join everyone's favorite rope-rolling ruffian in the next adventure of Roscoe Taylor, the Tallahassee Tween. Brought to you by KZSM.org. Our second episode of the evening, Wrath of the Reckless Cattle Wrestlers. Roscoe and Checkers are trotting along the rolling plains of the Wild West. It's lush and green for as far as the eye can see. Most of this part of the country is farmland, and our heroes have seen all sorts of animals, big and small. From the big sheep of Old Man McDaniel's Jumbo Ranch to the small pigs of Young Lady McDaniel's Micro Barn. They had seen it all, or so they thought.
What a beautiful part of the West, huh, Checkers?
You're right on the money, little buddy. The sky's so blue and grass is so green.
These farms are huge, aren't they?
You said it. It's a booming industry, I reckon.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah?
But if I'm wrong, don't laugh, okay? Like, if it's a stupid question, don't give me a hard time.
You're sounding kind of defensive there, Roscoe.
I'm not defensive. I just have a possibly dumb question. And I want to be able to ask it without any mockery from you.
Do you think I normally mock you?
No, I just want to cover my bases, that's all.
You sure are hyping this question up. It better be worth it.
Well, now I'm nervous about asking it for a different reason.
Just spit it out already. What's your big question?
It's not even important. It had to do with ranches, but it wasn't even a big question. Just a simple one. I just didn't want you to say it was dumb, but now it's a whole thing. I don't even want to ask it anymore.
You are out of your mind. You keep teasing this question, and now you aren't going to ask it? Come on, just say it so we can move on, for Pete's sake.
Does ranch dressing come from ranches? Okay, there, I said it. It's out there. We can move on.
It's not a bad question. I don't know. Maybe.
Because, like, the word ranch is on the bottle.
That's true.
But why would... Hey, do you see that old lady walking our way?
The one with the cane? Yeah, I do.
Help! Help! The cows!
Whoa, ma'am, slow down. What's wrong with the cows?
They're diseased! Down at my cattle farm! Something's gone wrong with all our cows! You gotta help! You just gotta!
Of course, just lead the way.
The woman led them straight to a modest ranch with a modest barn and some modest bales of hay. They finally got to the modest farmhouse and saw a jaw-dropping sight.
What in tarnation?
Are they supposed to look like that? Are they supposed to be doing that?
No! They're diseased, I tell you! They got mad cow fever or something!
The 20 cattle in front of them were all jacked to high heaven. They were buff. Very buff. Every cow that was fenced in rippled with huge, strong muscles. And that wasn't all. The cows were body slamming, head butting, and choke holding one another. It was a bovine battlefield, plain and simple.
They won't stop doing this!
These guys put the aggro in agriculture. You said this started overnight?
Well, they sure weren't doing somersaults yesterday. Something's changed them. And we can't make heads or tails of it.
We?
My husband is in the house. He was the first one to see the cows like this. They hit him with a haymaker, and he's been unconscious all afternoon. Can you two help us? This is our livelihood on the line. We need to milk these cows before spring comes around. And from the looks of it, we can't get within a foot of them without risking a butt kicking.
Checkers, we need to figure out what's changed with these cows. Any ideas?
I suppose I could just talk to them. I speak cow tongue.
Oh, you do? Is that like pig Latin?
Not even close. It's more like Braille. Hard to explain.
Well, let's get to it.
The two walked closer to the group of wrestling rascals, and Checkers attempted to have a word with them. This scene would be translated from cow to English for your listening pleasure.
Good luck, pal.
Here I go. Hello, cow friends. How are you?
You speak cow tongue? That's righteous, brother. Oh, yeah.
I do. And I want to have a word with y'all. Ask a few questions.
Want to get in on a 2-team match, brother? It'll be a blast. You better believe it.
The cow Checkers was talking to had biceps so big they could be used as car airbags. And soon another cow with a blonde beard and giant muscles walked up to join the conversation.
Who's this newbie?
Checkers Justice is my name.
Nice to meet you, cowboy horse. Want to see me flex?
Before really letting Checkers answer the question, the blonde bearded cow started flexing every muscle he possibly could.
Impressive.
Say, do you want to get in on a tag team match?
I just asked him that, brother. Oh, yeah.
No, thank you. I only want to know why you guys are all buff and strong now.
Good question, brother. We barely know ourselves.
But we ain't complaining. It's worked out pretty well for all of us. Can you tell that I'm still flexing?
I can't. But you guys were normal yesterday, right?
Ooh, yeah. Before we saw that mystery man, we was weaklings. But now I'm built like a brick house. A brick house full of muscle.
Mystery man?
Mystery Man.
What did the mystery man do?
I don't know. He poured some green liquid into the water trough, but that's all I saw.
We're thinking about starting our own league. What do you think?
You mean wrestling? Yeah, I think that sounds cool.
We'll be starting small, but there's huge room for growth. You should consider joining. You could get in on the ground floor.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'm more of a runner and a kicker, not really a wrestler.
Whatever you say, hoss. Watch me flex more. This time, it's gonna look different.
As he flexed again, nothing really looked all that different, Checkers thought. But the blonde bull appeared to be very impressed with the assumed change in his flexing technique.
Well, I'll be going. Good luck with all the league stuff.
Checkers walked back to Roscoe as the two cows joined a tag team match with the other cattle.
How'd it go? What'd they say?
Some mystery man put a concoction in the water troughs. That's gotta be it.
Did they say anything else about the guy? Like what he looked like or where he went?
Nope. They just flexed their muscles and called me brother a lot. Not great conversationalist so far, if you're asking me.
Let's try to figure out more about this mystery man.
We can start at the water trough over there. Do you see anything suspect?
Yeah. See that horsefly sitting on the water surface? He's got a full beard.
This liquid must have mutated the fly too. Strong stuff.
Should I drink it?
What? No.
But what if it made me really strong and good at punching criminals?
You don't need to juice, Roscoe. Really. You're doing a bang-up job of being a crime fighter so far, I think.
Thanks, buddy. Sweet of you to say.
Hey, do you see that cow patty?
Which one? There's a million littered all over the ground.
The one with the big footprint in it.
Which one? There's 12 of them headed north.
You're right. It's a trail. Somebody accidentally stepped in a bunch of cow pies while they were trying to leave. Let's follow it.
Don't have to tell me twice. Let's check it out.
Did you figure anything out?
We're gonna follow this poop trail, then we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Roscoe and Checkers followed the cow patty shoe prints all the way up the rolling hills of the Great Plains. It was a serene sight, but once the trail ended at a particularly big boulder, the two had to recheck their surroundings.
Trail ends here.
Right at this boulder. Those cows sure do eat a lot of fiber.
Did you hear that?
Huh? Sounds like cheering?
Coming from under this rock? I'm gonna kick it.
The rock fell over, revealing a staircase leading straight down into the ground.
Look, it's a secret entrance.
I love these things. Let's get in there and check it out.
Good idea. You go first.
They walked down the stairs for a few flights before coming to the floor of the secret entrance. A vast tunnel laid before them, and as they walked deeper and deeper into this passageway, they started to hear cheers emanating from the light at the end.
Sure is emanating pretty loud.
That's the truth.
They finally came to the opening and were shocked to see a giant underground stadium. Every seat in the stands were filled with cheering fans, and a large fighting ring laid in the center of the room. As they looked at the strange sight, a man with dollar bills stuffed in every pocket and a wide black cowboy hat walked in front of them.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Coliseum. I am the one and the only Vince Rawhide. How can I help you?
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the only barnyard animal wrestling arena in the Wild West. Or, I should say, under the Wild West. I see you've brought a horse in here with you, son. Are you looking to submit another competitor to our game of glory?
No, he isn't, and I can talk. Someone poured a muscle-growing chemical into a nearby ranch's water troughs, and now all the cows there are machoed to cowboy hell.
And I bet you've got something to do with it.
Who? Me? Why, I am just an innocent, rich businessman who's trying to bring wrestling to the West.
Yeah, that's why we're suspicious of you. That's a clear motive.
But you have no proof.
Your shoes are covered in cow poop. It was your footprints we tracked to that secret boulder staircase thing.
That doesn't mean anything. I run a barnyard wrestling league. There's cow droppings all over the place down here.
Well, you're wearing a black cowboy hat, and that almost always means you're trouble.
Okay, you got me. Are you happy now? Yes, I poured the muscle mutation serum into their water, but for a good reason.
Nah, we've heard this bad guy ramblings a million times so far. We're just gonna fight you now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not worth our time to listen to this.
You aren't even curious about me? About barnyard animal wrestling?
Nope.
Okay, have it your way.
As the two got ready to tie up Vince Rawhide, he yanked on a conveniently placed lever and sent the two falling down into a trap door. Oh no, buckaroos! This is the second secret door we've had on this episode. Will our heroes make it out of the underground coliseum alive? Will Mr. Rawhide have his way and continue mutating barnyard animals into hunky Hulkamaniacs? Will those cows back at the ranch ever stop flexing? There's only one way to find out some of the answers to some of these questions. Listen to this short commercial break. Welcome back to Roscoe Taylor, the Tallahassee Tween. Now let's get back to the action. When we left off, Roscoe and Checkers found out that the cattle wrestlers were the product of Vince Rawhide, a greedy businessman who had a giant underground wrestling coliseum. During their confrontation, they fell down a trap door into a slide that dropped the two off in the center of the arena. The crowd was in a frenzy, and a voice boomed over the speakers.
So, boys, we don't usually have human competitors in our matches, but I'm willing to make an exception if our fans support it.
You won't get away with this, Rawhide.
Yeah, we've been through this whole song and dance enough times to know that at the end of the day, you're getting your teeth kicked in.
Save the trash talk for your next competitors. Introducing the reigning barnyard king of Sting, the Sultan of Swine. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Hulk Hoggan!
This piggy's going straight to the winner's bracket, and the hogster will make sure you two go wee all the way home.
Well, this is one more check off my bucket list.
You had wrestling a giant muscular pig on your bucket list?
Yes, I have lots of things on there, even if they aren't likely to happen. You never know.
Hulk Hogan stormed forwards towards Roscoe and Checkers, and once he was close enough, he picked his buff hooves up in the air and brought them down on Roscoe.
Pork chop! Yeah!
Roscoe smashed down on the floor, and Hoggan did an incredible front flip to celebrate.
Hey, you just punched a kid.
Actually, I'm a tween.
The hogster cares not about your age, little man. He will destroy any combatant, anytime, any place. Now come here, horsey.
The big pig delivered a mean uppercut to Checkers' head and sent him flying in the air.
Why the long face? Was it... Was it mayhaps my piggy punch?
No, Checkers!
Roscoe leaped up off the ground and grabbed for his trusty lasso. He threw it straight to the hog, but it was intercepted in an instant. The pig turned and looked at Roscoe with fury in his eyes.
You think you'd be able to dangle me in some measly string? You must be off your rocker, champ.
Whatever you say, buddy. Hold on tight.
Roscoe did a sideways somersault and yanked the rope with him. Hulk Hoggan didn't let go in time and flipped over and over like a rotisserie hot dog.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
As soon as the newly dizzied wrestler landed on his head, Checkers galloped back up and kicked him in the face.
Got you, tough guy.
Oh, this ain't even wrestling anymore.
Do you give up?
What? No, the hogster never gives up.
Checkers kicked him in the face again.
Okay, the hogster gives up, but only this time.
Now that was a fight. Short but sweet. How do we like that, folks? Now comes the second round of the night. Maybe this one can knock our duo out of the race.
The doors on the other side of the arena opened to reveal 5 super buff chickens with balled up fists and frowning beaks. They walked into the ring with malice as our heroes got ready for another fight.
Your time is up.
No, don't you see? We need to join forces.
Huh? Roscoe's right. Are you getting paid for these fights?
No.
See? You have nothing to gain from beating us up, even if you are muscular. If you want to fight, let's take it up with Rawhide.
I will have a brief word with my fellow chickens.
As the gaggle whispered to each other, Hulk Hoggan woggled back up with a defeated look on his snout.
You know, the hogster has a lot of pent-up aggression, and he thinks beating our boss up sounds like a not too bad idea. I'll join you two.
Awesome. Thanks, Hogster. Sorry about whooping your butt a second ago.
All part of the game, Prometheus. No harm, no foul.
Speaking of foul, do you guys have an answer?
Yes. We've decided. We want to revolt.
And revolt they did. The crowd of animals and a tween charged straight up the trapdoor slide into the room that held Vince Rawhide.
Oh no!
He ran down the secret tunnel, and the mob followed. He climbed up the stairs and ran to the nearby ranch, and the mob followed. Finally, he got to the fence holding in the newly muscular cows from earlier, and he made a desperate plea.
Help! Help! You got to help me!
Mystery Man?
It's Mystery Man.
Yeah, it is me. I was going to wait a while longer for all of you to mature, but my hand's been forced by a pesky situation. You all want to wrestle, right?
Yeah!
And you want to prove you're the toughest around, right?
Yeah!
Then help me by fighting that group of chickens, that pig, that horse, and that tween. Please!
You don't have to tell us twice!
Everybody, get ready to kick beef butt.
As the barnyard brawl began, feathers and hooves went flying. There was so much commotion that all throughout the Great Plains you could hear the sound of the scuffle. They fought and fought and fought until finally, one winner stood on top of them all.
Come at me! I can fight every one of you losers!
Vince Rawhide tried to crawl away in the ruckus, but Roscoe, who now had a black eye and a few loose teeth, grabbed him by the boot and kept him from going too far off.
Got ya, you little weasel.
The old lady who owned the ranch walked up and bopped Vince on the top of the head with her cane, knocking him out cold.
That'll show ya. I'm taking this idiot to court.
Howdy, ma'am. We tried our best to solve your conundrum.
Thank you kindly. After I sue this creep for all he's worth, I'm getting out of the cattle business. It's just too dangerous nowadays. Me and my husband are going to Tijuana. We'll sip on margaritas till we die.
Well, good for you, ma'am. How about the rest of you animals? With Vince defeated, where will you all go? What will you do?
We fought one another, but now is the time for peace. So says the Hogster. What say the cows? We are easily convinced of things! Very well, and the chickens, what say you?
We will join your cause as well.
It is settled. We will go down in the arena and free our buff barnyard brethren. Then we will roam this earth for a place to live, to start a society of our own, one with flexing and front flips, and unity.
Hurrah!
So long, humble humans. Good luck with your tiny lives.
Goodbye.
See you later, brothers. Oh, yeah.
Bye, guys. I know we punched each other a whole lot, but we really wish you well.
Yeah, so long, everyone. Maybe we'll see you somewhere down the road.
The group of animals walked off into the distance of the Wild West's rolling plains, and Roscoe and Checkers started to leave as well, off to find another adventure. Maybe you'll hear about it next week, in the further exploits of Roscoe Taylor, the Tallahassee Twin. Tonight's episodes were brought to you by KZSM.org, True Community Radio. Sam Pierce played Roscoe Taylor. Mitchell Oden played Checkers Justice, Buff Bull Number 2, and Johnny Appleseed. Brianna Matherly played Pecos Jill, the piano player, and the old lady, as well as the leader of the chickens. Jordan Pilkenton played the deputy of Timbertree Landing, Hulk Hoggan, and worked as the audio producer for our program. This show is written and directed by me, Garrett Buss. I played the narrator, Saul Bunyan, sheriff of Timbertree Landing, and Vince Rawhide. Coming up after this is a very, very, very special episode of Swamp Gas Uggos at 10, so be sure to stay tuned. From all of us here in the Wild Wild West, thank you and good night.